आर्ट्सला पण समजलं अच्छा. Good morning all of my friends. A warm welcome to all of you in this online lecture series. This online lecture series is conducted by Hutatma Rajguru Mahavidyalaya, Rajguru Nagar. I am Jyoti Dhaneshwar and today I am going to teach you tense. In the last lecture, we have just introduced the introduction of the tense, right? Even we have also completed the simple present tense. In that simple present tense, we have cleared two formulas. See, the first formula is subject plus am, is, are, have, has plus object. Okay, and second formula is subject plus V1 plus object. Now, pay attention here, student. In the tense, this simple present tense is very important. Okay, why this is important? I'll explain it. See, am, is, are, this is the to be's verb. What it is? It is the to be's verb. And what it shows? It shows the present tense. What it shows? Present tense. My dear students, remember that this thing is very important in the grammar, because of in the next tense we have to identify the tense with the help of this to be's verb as well as to have's verb. Okay, and these both shows the present tense. Okay, even I also explain you and, is, are is used for identity or introduction, right? For example, I am Jyoti Dhaneshwar. I am a student, or I am a teacher, I am an engineer. You can make the sentence many. You can make ample of sentence with the help of using am, is, are. There is a picture. Okay, so this kind of a sentence you can make with the help of to be's verb. Okay, now next, have, has. Have, has is used for possession. Okay, for example, I have a job, I have a watch, I have a jacket, she has a beautiful rose. Okay, she is a beautiful girl. So that time it indicates the possession. Okay, so this is very important. And second aspect is that am, is, are, have, has shows the present tense. Okay, now second formula. We have cleared the first formula. Now second formula. In the second formula, subject plus V1 plus object. Here V1 is very important. V1, that means what? It shows the action verb. What it shows? It shows the action verb. So your first formula, subject plus V1 plus object. Okay, so when I say I sing a song. Okay, what is my sentence? I sing a song. So sing is a V1. Sing is a V1. That means base form of the verb. Okay, I is a subject and a song is a object. So automatically here the formula is created. Understood? Subject plus V1 plus object. Okay, now in that formula, what is the important? In that formula, this S-E-S and I-E-S is very important. Why? Because of this is used in the third person singular. For example, she sings a song. Okay, so what here I add? S. Why add here S? Because of this is the rule. Okay, I have cleared this rule in the last lecture. So she sings a song. If you write the sentence she sings a song, then your sentence is wrong. So what is the correct sentence? She sings a song. Next, Ram walks in the farm. So what is my sentence here? S. Ram works in the farm. If I write here like that, Ram work in the farm. Suppose I just remove this S. Okay, so what happened? Is it the perfect sentence? No, this is the wrong sentence. So what is here? S should be there. Okay, so in the simple present tense, if there is a third person singular means what? He, she, it. Okay, what is the third person singular? He, she, it, or noun and pronoun. Okay, if there is, and pronoun which one? He, she, it. So he, she, it, this is the pronoun. And if there is a noun, if there is a name of person, place, object, that time we use this rule. Okay, so we add s, es, ies to the verb. Clear this simple present tense? Okay, now next. You know the formula. Now with the help of this formula, you can make many or ample of sentence. Okay, so what is the important? You should know the uses. Okay, so when action just start, when we use the simple present tense, when the action just start, that time we use simple present tense. For example, I talk now. What is my sentence here? I talk now. So here I use, what I use here? Talk. So it shows the action just start. When the habitual action, the second use of simple present tense is habitual action. But that habitual action in the present time, that is very important. What is the important? That habitual action should be present in the present time. If habitual action in the past time, that means we use the simple past tense. But here, habitual action in the present time. So how we can say? For example, he wakes up. What I add here? S. He wakes up early in the morning every day. So what is my sentence? He wakes up early in the morning every day. So it shows that he has continued his habit in the present time. It shows the habitual action. Even I can say like that, I take tea every day, or I take tea once in a morning. So this is also shows your habitual action. Okay, first use is action just start, second use is habitual action in the present time. Now third use, universal truth. What is the third rule? Third use of the simple present tense, if there is a universal truth as well as general truth. For example, the sun rises in the east. What is the example here? The sun rises in the east. Okay. So what I add here? I add here S. Sun. The sun. This is the name of object, right? So the sun rises in the east. Okay. So that time. This is what? This is the universal truth. सूर्य पूर्वेला उगवतो. ही घटना कशी आहे? ही सत्य आहे. ही बदलू शकत नाही. That time we use the simple present tense. As well as if I say honesty is the best policy. So what I use here is honesty is the best policy. So this is what? This is the general truth. So if there is a universal truth or general truth, we are going to use simple present tense. Okay? See my dear students. I always highlight here S, here is. Why? Because it shows the formula of these two. Right? So these two formula represents here. Got it? So next one is a newspaper headline. This point is very important, my dear student. Why? Because in a writing skill you have this section. Okay? In that section you are going to face news writing. So this point is very important for exam also. So if there is a newspaper headline, we always use simple present tense. Okay? For example, India, here I write here, India wins the test match. So what I use here? India wins the test match. So wins. Okay. So test match. The match is already over, but still in newspaper headline we use the simple present tense. Okay. Next use is a exclamatory sentence. When there is an exclamatory sentence, okay, in that exclamatory sentence, the sentence begins with here and there. Only this is applicable for here and there. If there is a here and there, we use always simple present tense. For example, here I write down here. What is my sentence? Here the bus goes. Here the bus goes. So my sentence begins with the here. माझा sentence कशाने सुरू झालेला आहे? Here. If the sentence begins with the here, what we have to use? In the remaining sentence, I have to use simple present tense. So here, my dear student, bus. Okay. So bus is a third person singular. That's why I add here es participle. Okay. So simultaneously we have again repeat or we again study the formula also. Okay. So clear. So in the simple present, there are many uses of simple present tense. The first one is action just start. Second one is habitual action, but that action should be present in a time. Okay. Present time. Third one is universal truth as well as general truth. Fourth one is a newspaper headlines. Next one is a exclamatory sentence. In the exclamatory sentence, we also use simple present tense. Okay. Now, one more thing is very important here. What is that thing? See, if pay attention here in a newspaper, writing skill related. Am I right? What is here? Newspaper headline. You have this question in a writing skill. Okay. So next one is to introduce quotations. Okay. What is the important here? When you introduce the quotation, why I am taking this use of simple present tense? Because of in 11th standard, okay, you have a writing skill topic, and that is the expansion of ideas. So in that expansion of ideas, you must be remember that if there is a quotation, you always write in a simple present tense. For example, it's very simple. Shakespeare says. What Shakespeare says? To be or not to be. To be or not to be, that is question. That is a question. Okay. What I am telling you, this is important for expansion of ideas. हा पॉइंट का महत्त्वाचा आहे कारण एक्सपान्शन ऑफ आयडियाज हे 11th मध्ये तुम्ही स्टडी करणार आहात आणि त्यावेळेस तुम्हाला ते कोटेशन डेव्हलप करायचं असेल, तुमची आयडिया डेव्हलप करायची असेल तर त्यावेळेस तुम्हाला कोणता टेन्स वापरावा लागणार आहे? सिंपल प्रेझेंट टेन्स. सो शेक्सपियर सेज, ओके, व्हाट आय ॲड हियर वर्ब एस पार्टिसिपल. ओके, नाउ शेक्सपियर इज नॉट प्रेझेंट. Okay, Shakespeare is a dead. Shakespeare आता जिवंत आहे का? नाही. But still we are using says. Okay, and next point is here is. This is the quotation. He said this word or he said this sentence. Okay, so that sentence also comes under the term of simple present tense. Okay, so Shakespeare says to be or not to be, that is the question. So this is the first formula and S, that means this is the second formula. Okay, clear the simple present tense, my dear students? Again I repeat it, in the simple present tense these two formulas are very important. Even in the last lecture I have already told you that you must do regular practice. If you do regular practice, then you will be able to write the sentence. So my dear students, please start your practice at home. Okay, now we the second point. Okay, so here what is your second point? Your second point is simple past tense. What is your second point? Here we clear the simple present tense. Now your second one is, here I write here simple past tense. Okay, so pay attention here. What is here? Simple past tense. Here we clear simple present tense. Okay, so what is the formula? Subject plus am is are, have has plus object. You know that the sentence begins with the subject, right? So if there is a past tense, in the last lecture I have told you, if there is a was, were and had, right? Was, were and had shows the past tense. Remember that. And then last one is a object. Last one is a object. So what is your formula? Subject plus was plus were plus had plus object. Okay, pay attention here. The difference between simple present and simple past. Here am is are, have has shows the present tense. Okay, and this is the to be and to have verb. Okay, in the simple past tense, what it shows? Was, were and had, and it shows the past tense. We cannot change these verbs in interchange. We cannot interchange this verb. Why? Because of it shows only present tense and this shows like as a past tense. For example, suppose जेव्हा तुमचं कॉलेज सुटतं तेव्हा तुम्ही कुठे जाता? स्वतःच्या घरी. असं होतं का की आज स्वतःच्या घरी नाही, आज दुसऱ्याच्या घरी, उद्या तिसऱ्याच्या घरी, असं आपण करतो का? नाही. मग आपल्याला पण जसं स्वतःचं एक घर असतं तसं टेन्समध्ये सुद्धा हे जे वर्ब्स आहेत त्यांना स्वतःचं एक घर आहे. ओके, सो वी कॅन नॉट चेंज देअर होम. अंडरस्टूड? See, so am is are, have has shows the present tense and was, were, had shows the past tense. Clear the first formula? For example, I was a teacher. I was a teacher. So what it shows? It here I use was. What here I use? Was. So was shows the past tense. So right now I am not teacher. Right now I am not teacher, but before that I played a role of teacher. So here it indicates the past tense. Okay, they were busy in their homework or in their study. What is your sentence? They were busy in their study. So were. What here I use? Were. W-E-R-E. So it is also shows the past tense, right? What it shows? It shows the past tense. So right now they are not busy, but before some time they were busy. Okay? काही वेळापूर्वी ते कसे होते सगळे सर? Busy होते. When I said he had a car. What is my sentence here? He had a car. So had also indicates the past tense, right? Had also indicates the past tense. So right now I don't have a car, but before few years or before some time ago I have a car. Okay? So here was, were and had. What is important here? Was, were and had is used for simple past tense. Okay? So this sentence, what this sentence indicates? This sentence indicates that this is the past tense. Okay? Clear this first formula everyone? So when we use the present tense, simple past tense, when the action just start. Okay? When we use it, when the action, here I write down, action just finished. Pay attention here. When I use it, when the action just finished. काही वेळापूर्वी माझी एखादी ऍक्शन कंप्लीट झालेली असेल तर तेव्हा मी कोणता टेन्स वापरणार आहे? सिंपल पास्ट टेन्स. ओके, नाउ दिस इज योर फर्स्ट फॉर्म्युला, सब्जेक्ट प्लस was, were प्लस had प्लस ऑब्जेक्ट. नाउ योर सेकंड फॉर्म्युला, सब्जेक्ट. Okay, here we use the action verb. Okay, so what is the action verb here? here we use V2 form. Okay, V2 form means what? Past form of the past. V2 means what? Past form of the verb. So subject plus V2 plus object. What is your second formula? Subject plus V2 plus object. So it shows the past action. What it shows? It shows the past action. For example, I completed my study. Now, what is my sentence here? I completed my study now. So I completed my study now. It indicates my action is completed. My action is finished. Okay. So here I completed my study now. That means माझी action पूर्ण झालेली आहे. So that's why we use here simple past tense. Okay. So pay attention here, my student. I worked very hard in the HSC exam. What is my sentence here? I worked very hard. So here worked. What I am using here? Here I am using V2. That means past form of the verb, and it shows the past tense. Okay. I worked very hard in the HSC exam. So now this sentence shows that my action is completed. Right? What it shows? My action is completed. म्हणजे मी 12वीच्या एक्झाम मध्ये खूप अभ्यास केला होता. होता indicates the past tense आणि केला आहे indicates the present tense. Okay, clear? So again I repeat it. There are two formulas. How many formulas are here? There are two formulas is used here. The first one is subject plus verb plus had plus object, and second formula subject plus V2 plus object. So what do you remember here? Pay attention here, students. You must focus on the verbs, okay? Because of verb shows the type of tense, okay? So here was, were, had shows the past tense, and here am, is, are, have has shows the present tense. Here V1 shows the present tense, and here V2 shows the past tense. Okay? Clear the simple past tense? Again I repeat here. See, action just finished. Where we use the simple past tense? When the action just finished, that time we use the simple past tense. As well as habitual action. Habitual action means what? Habitual action, that means अशी action की ती आपण दररोज करतो. But that habitual action should be in the past time. Pay attention here. It should be in the past time. Now it is not start, okay, or it is not started in the present tense. What it should be? It should be in the past time. जर एखादी सवय असेल आपली आणि ती आता पास्ट टेन्स मध्ये असेल, म्हणजे ती आता आपण करतोय का? नाही, पण या आधी आपण ते खूप केलेले असेल, तेव्हा आपण कोणता टेन्स यूज करतो? habitual action in the past. Habitual action. Okay, so I worked very hard in the HSC exam. So it indicates the habitual action in the past time. As well as I can say I worked very hard in the college time. What is my sentence here? I worked very hard in the college time. So right now I am not the college. मी आता कॉलेजमध्ये आहे का? नाही. पण जेव्हा मी कॉलेजमध्ये होतो तेव्हा मी काय केलेलं आहे? तेव्हा मी खूप अभ्यास केलेला आहे. So it shows your habitual action. Okay? So we have clear simple present tense, simple past tense. Now we are going to see simple future tense. Okay? This is very important. Why? See, now your third tense is simple future tense. Now pay attention here, my dear students. Simple future tense. You know that the formula start from the subject and ends with the object. So remaining part is very important and middle part of the formula is very important. So future. Future, that means what it indicates? Shall, will. Okay. I have already told you that shall, will is a auxiliary, primary auxiliary verb, and they don't have their own meanings, but they just indicates it is the future tense. Remember that. shall will ला स्वतःचा असा अर्थ नसतो, पण इथे या फॉर्म्युला मध्ये तो काय दाखवत आहे? फ्युचर टेन्स. ओके. सो shall will plus main verb. Here main verb or V1 that and object. Okay. So what is important here? V1. V1 means what? Action verb. V1 means what? Action verb. In the last lecture, I have already told you that simple future tense is a special tense. Okay, like as our special child. So remember that here it is only one formula. Okay, and what is the formula? Subject plus shall, will plus V1 plus object. Okay. So for example, I shall work very hard. Pay attention here. What is my sentence? I shall work very hard. So shall represent the future tense, right? Shall represent the future tense. Work is a action verb. So me very hard. I shall work very hard. मी खूप चांगला अभ्यास किंवा मी खूप चांगले कष्ट करणार आहे. आत्ता चालू आहेत का किंवा होऊन गेलेले आहेत का? नो, इट इंडिकेट्स इन अ फ्युचर टाइम. फ्युचर मध्ये मी खूप कष्ट करणार आहे. दिस सेंटेंस, दिस इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दैट सेंटेंस. क्लियर? सो shall will shows the future tense. When we use the simple future tense, when the action start a shortly time. Shortly time. So when our action start, and it should be in what? Shortly time. That means our action will start. Action right now we are not started our action. What it indicates? Our action will start. म्हणजे थोड्या वेळानंतर सुरू होणार आहे. So that time we use the simple future tense. Okay. So these three tense is very important. Why? Because of most of the in communication language we use these three tense. Okay. So in the grammar these three formula or these three tense is very important. Which are they? Simple present tense, simple past tense and simple future tense. So every day you must do practice in this tense. Okay. So clear the difference between simple present tense, simple past tense and simple future tense. Okay. Now one thing is very important. Shall, will. Okay. See, here it is a chart. I shall. What we use? I shall. Here we shall. Remaining you shall. Sorry, you will. You will. Okay. Next, he, she, it. Here we use will. Okay. And they will. Pay attention here. In the last lecture, I have told you one type of a question, and that is what is that is identify the tense. Okay. Now your second question. And this question is very important. The question is spot the error. What is the question? Spot the error. So when there is a sentence, for example, I shall work very hard. Okay, this is your sentence. Here I use the shall. So I and we always goes with the shall, and remaining all the pronoun goes with the will. Okay. But one thing is very important here. Most of the students has confused about this shall will uses. Okay, pay attention here. When your action is determined or is fixed, जेव्हा तुमचे ॲक्शन ही ठरलेली असेल त्यावेळेस आपण इथे काय यूज करू शकतो? इन्स्टेड ऑफ शाल वी कॅन ऑल्सो यूज द विल. शाल ऐवजी आपण इथे विल सुद्धा यूज करू शकतो. सो क्लियर दिस simple present tense, simple past tense and simple future tense. Okay. Now we will start the continuous present tense. So continuous present tense means word? Continuous. The word itself shows the action. Okay. I'll just explain here continuous. Continuous. Continuous, that means your action is going on. What is this action is going on? So here we start our action, and the same action when it is going on, that time we use the continuous tense. Okay, and for the continuous we use verb ing. What we use? Verb ing. So remember that, student. If there is a verb ing, that means this sentence is a continuous tense. Okay, and for the present, for the past, and for the future, you know that which verbs is used. Okay, so pay attention here, my dear students. I have explained here simple present tense. In the simple present tense, there are two formula: subject plus am, is, are, have, has plus object, and second formula subject plus V1 plus object. And remember, the rule is very important. In the case of third person singular, we have to add s, es, ies to the participle. So same like that, that formula is applicable in the simple past tense. Simple past tense, that means subject plus was, were, had plus object. And second formula subject plus V2 plus object. Okay, and in the simple future tense, the formula subject plus shall, will plus main verb plus object. Okay, so today's homework is that you just write down these formulas in your notebook and make ample sentence, at least 5 to 10 sentences you should write down in your notebook, and you can also send your homework on WhatsApp. Okay, thank you, my dear students.